someone you want in your corner. Hi, my name is Fong Chuan. Welcome to MMMindBites. We have a very fun guest. When we're working on real estate, something that we did not anticipate is that it's going to be so much fun and so much high energy. And that's because we surround ourselves with a great group of team members, and one of our team members are with us today, and that is our realtor. Somebody that we've had in the corner and worked out with lots of great projects, lots of great deals, and also partner up with on many other deals as well. And because of him, there's a lot of great stories to share. It's been a great experience, lots of fun, because he really built that relationship and made it a great experience. And this person has many talents, is full of energy. He is a phenomenal realtor. Please welcome Josh Tesolin.
Hi.
So thank you very much for being here and sharing your knowledge with everybody.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Now, if you could please just quickly tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you get into real estate and investing?
Okay. So when I was quite young, say 22 years old, it was about 2002, I started having ideas about investing. I started thinking about real estate investing. And I thought I had this fantastic idea where I'll buy a house and I'll make sure the house has a finished basement with a bathroom, and I'll put a kitchen in the basement, and I'll live in the basement, and I'll rent out the upstairs, and they'll pay off my mortgage, or I'll live for free, or something like that. And I started telling my friends at college about this, and they thought, that's a great idea. And then one guy said, hey, you should meet my realtor friend. And I said, yeah, I'd love to meet that guy. I met with the realtor, and he said, yeah, basement suites. And I was like, basement suites? And so you know about this? He goes, yeah, there's tons of them. I own like 5 of them. And I thought, what? Oh, so I'm not a genius investor. Okay, so let's look at basement suites. So he started showing me these, and I bought one pretty quickly. And I did that. I lived in one. And I started refining my investment philosophy and thinking about cash flow, even though I didn't really know what the word meant. And this became important to me, and I started telling friends about my investment philosophy again. And then finally one guy said, yeah, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I said, what? And I went and got that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and he perfectly articulated all these things I was coming up with and thinking about, on my own. So I thought, well, okay, they beat me to the punch again. but it was a game changer for me. When I started to realize there's other people thinking about this, I wasn't the only one thinking about this. Maybe I was a little young to be, dabbling in that kind of thing. But there's a network out there, and I started meeting people. And I met you, pretty early in your foray into investing, I guess. And I bought more properties, and eventually I became pretty good at real estate, not just knowing how to buy a property, but knowing how to invest, knowing how to be a property manager. So I got my license maybe, I don't know, like 12, 13 years ago. And yeah, I've been helping people with real estate ever since. First I left the rat race, as a Kiyosaki phrase. I left it, not derogatory. I wanted to get off the corporate hamster wheel. Some people love it. Some people, it's their dream to get off of it. And that was my dream. I'm not a company man. I work for myself.
Great. Now, being a realtor for so many years and also investing in real estate for so long,
yeah.
What about real estate and being a realtor absolutely fascinates you? Why are you so passionate about it?
Well, I like helping people. I like working with people. When I started in real estate, it wasn't really, to make a buck. I wanted to help people invest and do the same thing I'm interested in. So that's what I like about it. Most people that work with me realize that, I don't really approach it like a job. It's more like a fun hobby almost for me. I don't work a day,
Now, there's a lot of people out there who goes, well, I would like to invest in real estate as well, or I would like to go buy a home. I'm going to go do it all myself. I don't need a realtor. I'll go negotiate myself. I'll go talk to somebody myself, or I'll go find the properties myself. What would you tell these people? What do you have, being an experienced realtor, to offer and make things more simple for them?
Well, you kind of nailed it. Just experience. Like when I was young, if I decided to go buy a property on my own, I probably would have done that. I probably would have bought a property on my own. But I know that I've learned a lot over the years and made a lot of mistakes over the years. So yeah, I definitely having that in your quarters. But it depends what you're buying too. If you're buying a luxury home, it'd be best to work with someone who knows a lot about luxury homes and commercial real estate. Obviously that too, but don't overlook, if you're looking for a rental property, you should work with someone who's owned a few rental properties and been a property manager, themselves. That's important.
Now, for somebody who's worked with so many different people, what would you say is one of the most important pitfalls that people should kind of avoid because you've either experienced yourself or seen somebody else go through it?
So I'd say a common mistake people make is going into it like I did when I was young and just going head first and thinking they know all the answers, and maybe not. When I bought my first rental property, I didn't do too bad, but if my realtor had told me a bit more about location, maybe I would have done a lot better job. Maybe I would have made a much better investment actually. At the time when I bought my place, I paid $160,000 for a place near Londonderry Mall, so not too bad. But if I had spent 10 grand more, 5 grand more, I could have got a place near, say, King Edward Park or something near White Ave. That maybe would have been a better rental property in the long run. Or if I would have spent 15 grand more, I could have got something in Riverbend or something, even closer to Belgravia or closer to the university. At the time, I thought 15 grand more, that's crazy. No one's going to spend 15 grand more. But as the years went on, that's nothing. I would have been great, if someone would have told me over the life of the mortgage or even on a monthly basis, you got to look at your cash flow and maybe spending that extra amount of money is really negligible. But I didn't know that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's very important because people need that experience. It's always great to have somebody with them to go either look at a property, find out what they may or not know, and having you there would absolutely help with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, it's very common that people use a realtor for buying a home that's already built and that's already being sold and is already there. Now, it's less common to use a realtor to go and buy a brand new home that's not being built yet. They'll walk into the show home, they'll walk into the builder's place, and they'll buy the home. Now, is it true that it's also more advantageous to have a realtor with them when they walk into those show homes and walks into those builders' places to buy a house?
Yeah, I've helped with a number of those, and yeah, it is more advantageous. I can tell you that the biggest advantage is not just that third opinion. It's having someone negotiate for you. Having someone when you're at a show home, the people working at the show home have a job to do too, right? They're salespeople and they know that you're interested in that show home, right? When you're buying a show home, if you have a third person to negotiate on your behalf, it can get a lot easier to get that price down,
Now, when you work with your clients, how important is it for you to build that relationship with your clients?
Oh, that's super important. For me, it's super important. When I'm building a relationship with clients, I think people can tell that, I care about them. When you're interviewing a realtor, whether it's someone you just met or maybe it's even a family friend, who knows? A good realtor will ask you questions. When they're asking you questions, you want to try to discern, are those questions to try to figure out how they could help you better, what's going to be best for you, how can they bring it back around, help you avoid problems, or maybe even giving you some better feedback? Or are the questions to try to get a quicker sale done? Are they trying to close a transaction? You can kind of tell by the amount of, the type of questions and the amount of questions, what kind of realtor you're working with. It's just like anything else in life.
So now, so basically, when people, that's also something people should think about when they're looking for a realtor, finding out if they're asking the right questions, and if they actually care, if they really want to build that relationship with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, there's also the question where, well, I'm going to go buy a house. The listing agent's already there. Why don't I just call them? Why do I need to find another agent to represent me?
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing as the builder question. Like you should have your own representation, someone who solely cares about your interests. You know, that's always the best way to approach it.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've been a realtor for so long. You've done a lot of different deals. You've worked with many, many different clients. Yeah. Is there a story or a very strategic deal that you've put together that surprised yourself?
One of my favorite things when I'm doing this is to help people get out of debt. You know, leave bad debt behind and turn it into good leverage debt that can lead to something good in the future. And yeah, a lot of things have surprised me like that. You know, I get the biggest kick out of just helping people achieve what they want to achieve. You know, if they want to quit their 9-to-5 and that means a lot to them, being able to directly help them do that, it means a lot to me. You know, maybe it's just sleeping better at night. You know, who knows? But yeah, it's when I see that change that happens for people, you've seen it too, right? It's like magic, right? It's addictive.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun and exciting as well.
Yeah.
Now, if there was one thing that you want people to take out of this interview with regards to the world of investing or as a realtor, what would that one thing be?
I understand real estate investing isn't for everyone, but I think everyone who's considering investing should consider real estate. You know, it's at least consider it. Having just one rental property, you know, especially down the road after you put in your time and you have it kind of almost paid off, you know, the mortgage is almost gone, you're going to start experiencing that real cash flow. In that point in your life, it can be a game changer, right? It's huge. You know, it's been huge for me. So I would at least consider it for yourself. It won't be passive. You know, if you have just one rental property, and I hate when people try to play it as a total passive money game. It's not. It's some work, and sometimes that's what holds people back, thinking about, oh, I gotta fix the toilet, you know. But when you think about the work you actually do, say on a monthly basis, and the exchange you got for that, for me, I think it's really not that much work. You know, it's worth it, 100% worth it. You know.
And speaking from experience, getting that very first property just opened up a whole new world, a whole new bunch of opportunities, lots of more options, because you could refinance, you can access more equity, you can buy more properties, just so many more options for you to take, and just so many more things you can think about. Right. Now, another thing I want you to kind of answer is, if there was one thing that you want to strive for when you sit down with somebody and you talk to somebody one-on-one, when they leave that room or leave that meeting, what do you want them to think about with that experience after talking to you?
I always hope that people leave a meeting knowing that they can trust me. You know, I want people to know that my best interests are at mind. I'm trying to convey something honest, you know, and I hope I hope as many people as possible think I made them happy. You know, if I can if there's just a moment where I make someone laugh, or if I get to have a life-changing moment with them where we really shake things up, I hope I make people happy.
And making people happy is something you do very, very well. I can't count how many times that we've gone to properties looking at different places, and most of the time we're just having a lot of fun, just cracking jokes and just making a great experience out of the whole thing.
It should be, right?
It's lots of fun.
Yeah.
Now that kind of concludes our formal portion of the interview. Now for the fun part, even more fun.
Oh boy.
So 5 quick questions, and for you to just come up with a quick answer and a reason why.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is for people to get to know you a little bit more. You can kind of relax a little. First question is, now I know you're a person with lots of talents. You do stand-up sometimes, you do some dancing, you do lots of different things, right? If I was to ask you to, I'm going to give you an opportunity to go up on stage and perform,
Right.
what would that special talent that you want to perform?
If I could perform anything, I would do Les Mis in a one-man act for 1 million people, and hopefully it was just amazing.
Oh wow, that is something I would love to see.
Because I can't sing like that, but I can. In this dream, I want to do that.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if you were stranded on a desert island,
Yeah.
and you're able to bring one food item with you, that you're gonna be eating that same thing for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Probably something healthy, probably something green. But if I could take anything, I'll just do Jello shots. I don't know for the rest of my life, which maybe is like a week.
If you had the opportunity to befriend
Yeah.
a superhero,
Oh,
which superhero would that be?
okay. Mr. Fantastic. We can go around and pick things up that are far away. I don't know. I don't know what too freakish. You know, I don't want to get burnt or froze.
Okay. And if you had a choice
Yeah.
between never needing to eat or never needing to sleep, and you'll be healthy still,
Yeah.
which would that be?
Sleep. Definitely. I guess sleep really gets in the way. Yeah.
Just think of all that stuff you could do now, right?
Yeah, I know. We wouldn't have nice dinners together anymore. Hot pot.
And finally, we're going to ask you, what is success like?
Okay.
And from our viewers, what is success like is something I'm going to ask him, put him on the spot, and he's going to pick from this stack of cards. There's random items on there. He's going to say success is like this item,
Yeah.
and he'll tell us why.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is success like?
All right. Okay. Mannequin.
So why is
damn.
success like a mannequin?
Success is like a mannequin because it can look dead and lifeless standing there with its nice clothes on. But if you get to know that mannequin, it can really change your life. Maybe he becomes your best friend. And maybe the mannequin one day saves your life.
Good. How does a mannequin save your life?
That was the question. I don't know. It makes no sense.
So success is something like a mannequin because you never know what you're going to get. And you build it, you develop that relationship with it, you'll have success.
Just like a mannequin.
Just like a mannequin. Good. Now, there's a lot of people out there who would probably like to get in touch with you,
Yeah.
talk to you about real estate, get some more information about real estate and as a realtor,
Yeah.
or have you help them with their first deal, second deal, whatever
Yeah.
it is. What's the best way to contact you?
Best way, just go to my website, joshtesolin.com. Tesolin. Just go there.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time
Yeah.
and your wisdom. And so, today is the day where you can unlock your potential. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah.